This is our usual Monday with the Mayor segment. However, we're going to call this one the Conversation with the Commissioner, as Chad Blessinger, who is the president of the Dubois County Commissioners, will be joining us to talk about things in the county. Chad, let's talk about, first of all, we have commissioners and we have the Dubois County Council. What's the difference between the two?
Okay, so the Dubois County Commissioners are the executive body for the county. They act as what you would consider probably the mayor for the county. There's 3 of us, though, instead of 1. So for us to take action, there has to be 2 of us that agree to it, and we vote for it in a public meeting, and we take action that way. So we are the executives. We are the head of the county, for lack of a better term. There's also a county council, and they are the fiscal body. They take care of the money. So if the commissioners got together and said they had a good project, they wanted to do a new road, or they wanted to make a purchase of a building, or do some kind of new project, then we would pass that as a motion and resolution within our meeting. Then we would have to try to get the funding from the county council. So they hold the purse, and we set policy. We are in charge of the roads, the buildings, all the county assets, and we also get to make the policies that go into place for our employees, the people that work for Dubois County. So within that as well, we would make ordinances. So if one ordinance that was in the news recently was something to do with people putting numbers on their mailboxes and on their homes to identify their homes. So that's been brought up again, and we want people to be safe. So there's an ordinance in place that says that you must have letters of a certain type on your mailbox and on your house for emergency personnel, firefighters, and such to find you. We also did a smoking ordinance in the past, and we set the speed limits on the county roads, and just a whole number of things.
I think a lot of times when people think of county commissioners, they think of one thing: roads. And Dubois County's got some great roads. You guys do a great job of doing that work, but there's a lot of expense because of roads and because of bridges. How do you feel the state of the county roads are right now?
I think the state of the county roads is pretty good generally. Just this last week, we had when the ground underneath the road shifts a little bit, we had a little mudslide. So there's bedrock, there's mud, and then there's a road, and some of the dirt kind of moved. It pulls your road apart. So sometimes we have to make decisions to close roads, to repair roads, to do new things, to put culverts in, bridges. So within the county, to give people an idea, there's 616 miles that the county maintains, our county highway department. So we have a nice staff out there, a talented group of people. We have a county engineer, and we manage 616 miles of roads. And to put that into perspective a little bit, Jasper, I believe, has about 112 that they handle. And that's 600 miles one way. So I mean, there's 2 sides to a road. So you could really say that if you're going to go clean the roads, or you're going to maintain the ditches, that's 1,200 miles if you count each lane, I guess you would say. So there are a lot of roads. The other thing is that the bridges within the county are maintained by the Dubois County Highway Department under our direction.
That's just one of the small sets of things. So when you think of the county commissioners or the county government, it's not just roads that you do, because you do a lot of different work. What other projects are you proud of that you're working on right now for the county?
And I don't want to take credit for a lot of these projects, because we have great boards and we have great departments that work on a lot of these things. One thing that's I'm pretty excited about is our Dubois County Park. It's out next to the 4-H ground. So if people don't know, the county owns all of that land where the 4-H fairgrounds are and where the Dubois County Park is. But it's been there's long-term leases to both the 4-H Council and the Dubois County Park Board. So it's all in a long-term lease to these people, and they each have their own boards that help run and manage that. But the Dubois County Park itself, they've got people that are working really hard, and they've got some plans that they'll probably implement over the next 10 years that will increase the trails, increase camping, try to make it more connected between the surrounding neighborhoods, and hopefully even the school down the road, to make it, because if you go out there now, it's very rural, it's a little dated, some of the playground equipment and stuff. And it's great to camp. It's a nice place to go. But they're going to be expanding some of the things that they offer out there over the next 10 years. So I'm excited about that project.
That's really a nice park. And I think a lot of people don't realize there is a Dubois County Park. and I like walking out there a lot. They're great trails. But I think a lot of people don't realize in the county we have a park, because not every county has a county park.
Right, and one of the roles of a commissioner would be to maintain the park system for a county. So if we wanted to, we could make additional parks in different parts of the county that were possibly underserved. So that's something that could happen in the future as well. But right now our focus is on our existing park. It's large. There's a great lake out there that you can walk around. There's disc golf. Do you know what disc golf is?
Right.
People, it's frisbees and there's a nice course for that. People come from out of town to do that. It's just we've got a great asset out there, and it's probably underutilized, to your point.
I think it is. I think people just need to realize there's a park that is a county park. It's right out there.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we talked about that, because that is something I'd like people to know, that park is there, and it's a good use for anybody. I think some people camp out there, and sometimes people think that it has to do with the 4-H fairgrounds, and it's really not. That's all county property, but it's two different entities that have the park there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we help fund the 4-H, and the taxpayers fund the park as well. But yes, they have their own leadership, their own people that direct a lot of what goes on out there. But the commissioners are involved in pointing people to the park board, for one, and with the 4-H council, we will have appointments on there in the future, and we work in tandem with them, and we have a good relationship. So when people think of county assets, things that the commissioners are in charge of, you're right, it's the roads, this park system, as well as the health department, 911 dispatch, community corrections, the security center, the jail. We have an annex building, then the most visible, of course, is the courthouse. So those are all things that are owned by the county commissioners.
Well, I'm glad that we had this chance to talk to you. We're going to have you back again on another show. I mean, we do Monday with the mayor every Monday. We're going to start doing a conversation with the commissioner every now and then on Mondays as well.
Sure, that'd be great.
All right, well, thank you very much, Chad.
Thank you.
Our guest has been the president of the Dubois County Commissioners. That is Chad Blessinger. And the other two commissioners would be?
Nick Hostetter and Elmer Bromas.
And you guys do a great job. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you for watching WJTS. Local people watching local people.